Hello, stranger. My name's Emerald Jade, and welcome back to Hardspace Shipbreaker. It's been a while since my last video. It was my birthday recently, and my sleep schedule just got all out of whack.
Got
And so
a
I've
bit
just...
of a surprise for you this morning, 52.
Well, I think we should talk this through a bit more.
Yeah, Joseph. Something you'll learn about being a manager: always be pushing your people. It's how they grow. Now, I see so much confidence on this crew. I think it's time to bump everyone up a hazard level.
Hal, this is too soon. I really don't see eye to eye with you on this.
Well, sometimes you need an outside perspective on things. All right, Joseph. Go ahead and train up 52 here when they're ready.
Sorry, Cutter. I'll help ease you into this. Just let me know when you're ready to start training. Weaver out.
Alright, glad to see that Hal hasn't changed while I've been gone. Got some messages about new stuff we've unlocked. Ship Doctor, we've got a piston.
The dock is in, and it's time for some shipoplasty.
It's time for some shipoplasty. We're gonna need a dampener and a circuit.
My part.
So we will look for that on our next ship. Let's see what we've got in terms of Lynx tokens. Oh, we have a lot of Lynx tokens to spend. Could make our suit more durable, which is very nice. A lot of grapple upgrades. I think the first thing that we said we wanted was increased demo charge capacity and explosion range. That's going to make demo charges a lot more viable. This leaves us with 24 Lynx tokens to work with. And I will just get modular cutter range. Now the durability is getting a little low on things. Let's go ahead and repair all that. And start our shift. We've got a training ship for our new hazard level, so let's get into that. And I'll let Joseph Weaver take it away.
Hey there,
Folks,
Cutter.
efficiency
Gonna
is
really
a measure
need you
of
today.
discipline.
Going
Productivity
over
is a measure
our
of skill.
generator.
Output is a measure of drive. Discipline, drive, skill,
Hal,
and
our generators are highly hazardous.
strategy, autonomy, integrity, positivity,
Something has gone wrong here.
innovation. I hope what I'm saying is clear. Roads out. Joseph, you've gotta
Hal.
promote self-sufficiency in your team. Let 52 here hash it out. Nothing like a spare or two to let the lesson sink in.
All right, Cutter.
Look, I've
Let's
got
put
to
that
report
Um,
if we're not hitting
this
quotas.
shift only.
Don't want to
Just
draw Rye
Make
Paul's
sure
attention
you pull
now,
them
right?
fuses before...
This has been strange. Seems like we triggered two different conversations at once.
for the power generator.
Okay. So that was like a Hal inspirational quote, and then also Weaver and Hal bickering about whether or not to train me properly before I get into the thick of things. To kind of go over what we sort of missed here, we've unlocked power generators, which are a new method of powering the ship. All the ships have different power things. There were like power cells in some of the earlier ships. And when you disconnect the power generator and stuff, the airlocks stop working. And the computer terminals are less volatile. So we want to make sure that we depressurize the whole ship before we take out our power generator.
Airlock pressurizing.
Thankfully, I already know what I'm doing. And Hal isn't getting me killed. Okay.
There's one of them fuses, Cutter. See them blinking red lights? Wait till they're off, then pull the release lever. Now don't forget to salvage that fuse.
Okay. Uh-oh. That air regulator is busted. This one in here is...
Airlock depressurizing.
Oh, this cockpit is, it's already depressurized. This is gonna be a bit of a puzzle.
Airlock pressurizing.
Do we have another atmosphere regulator, or...
Ah, there it is.
or what?
The power generator. So these beauties carry a heck of a charge, so be extra careful or you'll be fried to a crisp. See those lights around it? Red means you need to disconnect more fuses before pulling this beast out.
Yeah, so I can show you, yeah, we've got these lights here. Show us whether or not it's safe to take it out. And these fuses here. When there's no lights on, that's when we can hit this switch. Right now, I am trying to figure out how on earth we're ever going to safely depressurize this thing. Which I'm really not seeing currently. I think something is gonna explode. Let's just try and mitigate the amount of things that are gonna explode, I guess.
Airlock depressurizing.
Close out that airlock. Close this airlock.
Airlock depressurizing.
Okay. Now before I do anything else, I'm actually going to take these computers and whatnot, put them in this airlock where they aren't going to get violently thrown around. I've got a damn.
That part is perfect for the armadillo. Check out the diagnostic program in your hab to install it.
Thanks, Lou. Okay, that's most of the dangerous stuff in here. Or valuable stuff.
Airlock depressurizing.
So now...
Airlock pressurizing.
Okay. I'm gonna go out here. Into space.
Airlock depressurizing.
And make just a big explosion. And I'm very scared about it. Wish me luck.
Salvage is destroyed. Don't do that.
Ah. Well, there goes the airlock. I really think a lot of that was inevitable. Now, let's see the rest of the damage. Everything is now depressurized. Only thing it really says we broke is the airlock. Cut these doors off to get back in the ship. Okay, looks like that airlock is really the only thing we broke. The vacuum of space is no joke. But, okay. 1, 2, 3, pull. I'm gonna grab our fuse. And now slide over here. We've got our other 2 fuses. 1, 2, 3, and pull. Pull.
Well done, Cutter. You disconnected all the fuses. Now the power generator should be safe to extract. Give it a go.
Alright, so, we can now disconnect the power generator if we want. First things first, I'm going to make a nice hole to the outside of the ship. And now we're gonna go work on the reactor, because we still need the power generator to safely disconnect our reactor. I'm not 100% certain, but I believe the ECU needs the power to be on to keep functioning. And so, if we turn off the power generator, the ECU will very much no longer work, and the reactor will begin to melt down.
Depressurizing.
That's my understanding, at least. We also need the power to continue to depressurize the ECU.
Airlock pressurizing.
The room that it's in. Let's see, where is our Atmos regulator? There it is. Thankfully, this one is still working. Explosively decompressing the reactor is not a fun time. Can we squeeze past this? We can. Hit our thruster ejection switch. And now we can use our very powerful thrusters to get all this sliding.
Cutter, we got 5 minutes left till we call it a day.
Oh, jeez.
We're out.
I spent a long time just trying to solve the puzzle of how to safely decompress the ship. Try and squeeze our way out of here. Alright, so now these cut points here for our high-grade antenna and amplifier, we can't cut with our regular tool. It's a good thing we upgraded
Great
our
job,
demo
Cutter.
charges.
Now, just make sure to clear the area before detonating that bad boy.
So we'll just really quickly pop these off.
And liftoff.
Nice and easy.
See, Cutter? That's how it's done.
I'll send this down to the barge.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
And we got a new sticker. We're always psyched to have a new sticker.
Salvage
Now,
deposit secured. Credits awarded.
this big panel, we've got to get the thruster out of the inside of it. And then we can send it off to the processor.
Salvage accepted. Credits
Awesome. Now this should be able to head off that way. For these big ion rings, they're connected a lot more sturdily than the ion rings we've done in the past, so we're gonna have to demo charge those as well. For now, I think with the rest of our shift, we're going to work on the reactor. We can.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
I think we should be able to barge the reactor with the time we have left in this shift. Just need to get a nice clear path to it. Here. This is not playing nice. Come on.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Okay. Now we've got a nice view of our reactor.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Whenever I come back to this game after like a little bit of a break, I always feel like my mouse sensitivity
There's
is
1
just
minute left
way
on the clock,
off.
Cutter. 1 minute left.
Now I definitely could get the reactor in this last minute, but I worry that giving myself a time limit like that is just gonna make me liable to mess it up. So the time I have left, I'll work on making some like more simple cuts to get myself ready for my next shift.
Credits deposited.
Really excited now that we've gotten up to ships with level 3 cut points, like a lot more of them, because it gives me excuses to use the demo charges, and I find that like planning out how to safely use demo charges is very fun. It's a nice puzzle. That's something for next shift. Probably even our third shift, if I had to guess. I think this is going to be a longer video and ship deconstruction. Now that we're almost done with all of our dangerous stuff, shouldn't take too long.
Good morning,
but
Shipbreaker. Lynx would like to share the following message. The only P's permitted in the salvage yard are profit, processor, and potassium trifluoromethane sulfonate.
yeah, I kind of set myself back a little ways by just
Doing okay, Kai?
Oh, yeah. Thinking, I guess. Looking at Earth. Hard to imagine how much life used to live on it.
Can't fixate on the past, kid.
Yeah. You know, if my life had been different, I wouldn't be up here. I'd be working with animals. Well, nature in general. Maybe an ecologist or biologist. Not sure what they do, but I think I'd like it. Just imagine what Earth must have been like a couple hundred years ago. Full of life.
Animal husbandry ain't quite the same, but it might scratch that itch. Something to consider at least when you finish here.
Yeah. Thanks, Dee. I'll keep that in mind.
oh.
When I finish.
I've started a reactor meltdown.
Reactor meltdown triggered. Action urgently required.
That was unintentional. I didn't realize completely disconnecting all of the shielding would start to melt down. But we're okay. Oh.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Sometimes you just make an oopsie. But as long as you don't panic too much, you can usually resolve it before too much harm is done. So that's our reactor taken care of. I'm gonna work on these ion rings. So we're gonna get a demo charge right about here.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
And one up here. Now, what I've found is that the demo charges actually, when they explode, they create quite a bit of propulsion. And it helps to even out that propulsion. That's why I've got one on the left and one on the right. It should help to stabilize the ship. Now, it might make it spin a little bit, but there's not too much we can do about that. So let's detonate. Okay. Now, I said all that and then it didn't even move, but that's just because we've got like a pretty significant amount of mass. Once this ship gets a lot smaller, when we're working on probably like that inner cage that all of these coolant tanks are connected to, our demo charges are going to cause some real big movement in it, which could potentially be an issue for us if we say like send a big chunk of the ship off towards the furnace. On this ion ring here, we're going to pull it to the back wall before we pull it down into the barge. Just to keep it out of the way of everything.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Come on. Get in there. There we go. That's one ion ring down.
Applying credit.
Pull this one twice just to make it a little faster. Now, I think I am going let's check our systems. Yeah, we need to disconnect this whole back piece from the ship. What's going to be the best way to go about this? Is this panel... This panel is loose,
Salvage secured.
but it can go with everything around the
Salvage
reactor.
Rewards assigned.
Well, just take the whole thing off the front half of the ship so we're really only working with the back. The wide cutting lens is pretty nice for this. Oh no! Whew! I've really gotta check these airlocks. But we are okay. Nothing destroyed, no harm done. Let's squeeze back in here. We're looking to just get the whole exterior around the ECU. Are you loose? No, this is not loose yet. to do when I'm hitting cut points is kind of give everything a little bit of a tap with the grapple. Just to like check, see if it's disconnected, if I have to make more cuts. I think I'm just gonna start hitting all the cut points. Really just do it all small chunks at a time, because it doesn't seem to want to come apart as one big piece. Ah, here's some cut points that I didn't see. I hope that everybody who's watching is having a great day. I slept really well last night. Briefly interrupted throughout the night by my very silly cat. He's not too great at climbing into the window next to my bed, but he really likes being in it, and so he'll just scrabble up into the window all night. So, for the couple hours that he was in my room last night as I was like falling asleep, it would be like quiet for a while as he was in the window, and then he would get down out of the window. And then to go, wait, never mind, I want to go back in the window. Scrabble, scrabble, scrabble. And then crawl out of the window. And then back in the window. Scrabble, scrabble, scrabble. Just again and again for like about an hour. Once he finally, you know, got comfortable or whatever, or went and slept somewhere. I don't even know what he got up to. Slept real well. I'm gonna try and cut our coolant pipe off the ECU. Separate these two without doing too much damage. Uh-oh.
Biotelemetry readings flatlining.
I've frozen myself.
Please power cycle your sensor array.
Oh dear. There's our first death. Just kind of negligence. I forgot that there was still coolant in those pipes.
All right. Breathe. You okay? Got yourself good there. Don't sweat it. Happens to the best of us. Always good to review your spare replacement form. See how you can avoid future mishaps.
What's
Too many spares will rack up the debt, and that's how they get you. Okay, let's get back to work. Weaver out.
Oof. Well, there goes our ECU. At the very least, it didn't destroy too much else on the ship. Yeah. Coolant is not to be messed with. Coolant explosion freezes everything around it. Can do some real structural damage.
Valuable object processed. Credit.
And it can kill you pretty quick. I mean, that's on me. This ship has just not been
You got
too
5
easy
minutes
on
left
me.
in this shift cutter before they turn the lights out on you. Weaver out.
Which kind of, it feels like I'm maybe operating on autopilot a little bit. It's not doing me any favors. Now, hook you to that. And all of this can go in the processor together. I lied. No more silly mistakes. I forgot the motto of measure twice, cut once. I think what happened is I felt bad about taking so long during my first shift with this ship that I started trying to rush things, and rushing things is how you get killed.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
It's okay, we're gonna clean up our act. That's the whole back half of the ship taken care of now. And for the rest of the ship we can just, you know, take it slow, take it safe, and we'll be okay.
Valuable objects processed. Credits awarded.
Oh, this is cool.
Tether supplies are dropping.
Okay. Now we'll get this airlock here. And then we'll start working on these coolant tanks around the center of the ship. That'll just be a good, easy activity to finish off this shift. Kind of give me like a bit of a mental reset. And then we'll come back to the power.
Warning. Fuel levels are
Salvage deposit registered.
And then we'll come back to the front half of this ship next shift.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
And we will make no more mistakes.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credits.
It's a shame that I'm a little bummed that my first death happened on such a silly little just thoughtless accident. But I mean, that is, I found those are where I die the most in this game. You stop thinking for a moment, you start working on autopilot, and then all of a sudden you've forgotten some
down, Cutter. Dig deep. Let's
important
finish
part of your
strong.
checklist. Spend low on fuel, but we shouldn't really need much fuel for the rest of this shift. I'm just hanging around in the interior of this. Are we missing any cut points on pod clamps? There's one. Okay. There's a couple more. Oh, we didn't finish that one. That's okay. You know, despite the ECU being destroyed, we really haven't lost that much total salvage on this ship. We did lose one of our 30 spares. That's okay. We've got 29 left. And it's a reminder.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52.
That this isn't just a simple and safe job, you know. Not everything's gonna be a walk in the park.
Hey, D, you ever remember Iron Hands Romanoff?
Aquafina? You bet I do.
Is that like a cutter you've worked with? Well, not exactly. She's more like a legend among shipbreakers.
She was so strong she could pull panels apart with her bare hands.
That sounds not real.
Well, that may be. But there was an Agrafena Romanoff in the records, so there must be something to it. In fact, there are more Cutter legends out there.
Yeah, I heard of Nanam, the original Burgun. I read she was adamant about never getting a spare. Lost limbs to avoid it.
Yeah, don't blame her, really. I don't even know what spare I'm on.
That's okay, Kato. That's what they're there for, after all.
Oh no. Now I can't be like the original.
Transferring credits.
It's okay. I do think at some point, probably not while I'm streaming, or recording for YouTube, I am going to do a permadeath playthrough of this game, because I just truly find this game so fascinating. But it's definitely going to be in my own time, when, at least, I don't know, maybe after I finish this series, if people are really enjoying it and they want to see me attempt a permadeath run, we can do that. But for now, I mean, I think my confidence is shaken after that silly ECU death. I guess that's what I get for taking a break from recording. You know, I forget all my good habits and
Salvage secured.
I goof up. Alright, I'm gonna stop dwelling on it now, because I'm gonna focus on the present. Finishing off this ship strong, so that we can just move on to the next one. We're getting tool upgrades. Those are making us stronger and safer every day.
Salvage deposited.
I will say, my last note on this big accident is, I think if I had upgraded my suit durability, I would still be on spare number 30. Or 1, I guess. 1 of 30. Because just before I froze, I was still, like, healthy. But not worth dwelling on. Okay, that's the entire back half of the ship taken care of. Now, let's take care of these ion rings, and then we'll head in for the power generator. It's a shame that me and the other cutters can't talk more. I wanted to hear about more of those cutter legends.
Warning. Fuel levels are critical.
Then Hal would be on our back. Nobody wants to have to talk to Hal Rhodes more than is necessary. Alright, fuel, stop beeping at me.
9,000. Thank you for your
Hazards restored.
Now, a very important thing to note about demo charges. Once placed, they cannot be retrieved. Not currently. There's an upgrade that would let us retrieve them, but it is not 100% consistent. And so it's just... And I don't want to risk my life trying to take off a demo charge that I put down accidentally, so... We're gonna treat demo charges like we just can't pick them up or do anything once they're put down. So if I fuck up a demo charge placement, we're just gonna have to work around it. We'll have to make a subpar cut, or you know, just not blow it up at all and just try and do something else. I guess that's one of the reasons DD hates these spark-free demo charges.
deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Okay. Oh, whoopsie. Fumbling with my keybinds a little bit. Accidentally canceled my tethers. I think I can take this whole section together. Let's check our system scanner. Yep, all that is headed for the processor, and it can all go together. And our power generator's in the green, so we can go ahead and pull it.
Salvage deposit accepted.
I think it does still
Credit
spark.
transferred.
No, okay, it doesn't spark at all. It's nice. We still want to be gentle with it. Well, that's heavy. Down you go, power generator. Into the barge with you.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Let's clean up this mess from the start of the ship where we had to blow up this airlock. There might have been a cleaner way to decompress. I couldn't find it. At least this airlock console survived.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Our tether lifetime's kind of holding us back, it looks like, with something this big. That's okay.
Processing.
Now that we've got our power generator done, let's see, this airlock is decompressed. I'm going to separate half the ship. Okay, so now, let's see. I only have 4 demo charges right now. Do something I figured out on also, I like that you can see it shows you need a demo charge for this. You look at the actual symbol on. I actually didn't factor in that this was the middle. Forgot there were 2 halves to this. That's okay. We're gonna go buy some more demo charges, and I'm gonna show you all some.
Welcome to Vintage
I'm gonna show
Thank you for your
some fireworks. This is my favorite thing, doing big chain reactions with these demo charges. So you might notice we've got all 4 of these headed towards the back of the dry dock. And now with the next 4 that I'm going to set up,
We're looking at 5 minutes left.
I'm going to send them the other way.
Do what you do. Weaver
And
out.
what this will do is it'll sort of balance out the, should help to cancel the inertia so that it doesn't jostle the rest of the ship too badly. So if everything works according to plan, this should start headed towards the back of the dry dock, and then Actually, since it's all connected to the big front mass, it might not move at all. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, and so you can see that it is drifting a little bit, but not too badly. Not really the big movement that I thought it would be, but should be able to show you all what I'm talking about here on this end of the ship. Cut, and I can just toss this in the processor, or the furnace even. And so now, what I'm gonna do
Valuable component incinerated. Penalty has been applied.
whoops. What we're gonna do is apparently forget about some nanocarbon on there. Thought that whole thing was furnace. That's okay. We're not getting our mini-me stickers, so we're really just looking to meet all salvage quotas right now. We need a couple more demo charges, and we'll be all set.
Welcome to Metatron 9000.
I'm gonna be really bummed if this doesn't do what I want it to. I was really excited to kind of show this technique off, because I think it could be pretty useful for people in their own playthroughs. One more cut point to explain. So, by pointing all of the demo charges towards the back wall, what should happen is this outer nanocarbon should head out that way, disconnecting it from, or like clearing it out of the furnace materials. Or I'm a liar. That's okay. Miscalculated it a little bit. I believe it might be because I didn't cut this in half. You'll just have to take my word for it, I suppose, that you can use the propulsion of the
That's 1 minute left, Cutter. You're in the middle of something.
demo
It's now
charges
time to skedaddle.
to slide these inner structures out. I'm sure I will have another opportunity to show it off on a ship that hopefully goes a bit more smoothly. This has been a lot of ups and downs, and mostly downs.
Material accepted. Credits assigned.
I'm not going to be writing home about this salvage job, I don't think.
Rewards allocated.
That's okay. It's alright to not be perfect, as long as you're making progress and you're learning.
New certification.
Got one more shift to just kind of finish this up. We'll see if we can't hit all our salvage quotas. And if for some unknown reason we don't manage to
Hello, Shipbreaker.
finish our
You
salvage
have
quotas,
one incoming
we're just
transmission
gonna have to
waiting.
move on to the next ship. I'm not gonna take 4 shifts for this one ship. It's a bit too much for me.
Hey, Rook. How's life? I don't know why, but I've been feeling a bit lonely lately. Lonelier than usual, even, which is saying something for this kind of work. Creeps up on me sometimes. Gets me thinking about this girl I knew back on the airs platforms. Bumped into her while climbing around the scrapyards. Red hair. Like hot metal. Wicked smart, that one. Cute, too. We ate falafel at a street vendor, then got ice cream. Her lips were cold and sweet when we kissed. I was too shy to go home with her. She has fire in her. She left for a job out on the frontier. Other side of Jupiter. I'm not mad at her. I would have done the same thing. Where I'm from, you can't really pass up those opportunities. Wonder if she ever thinks about me. Hope she's happy. Hell, she sure shouldn't have any regrets. Anyway, I'll get back to daydreaming and leave you be. Lou out.
Alright, Lou doesn't seem to care that we're on a bit of a time crunch here. But she's never really cared much about
The last 10%
profit, I
of a
suppose.
job takes as much energy as the first 90%, which is why it's so important to always give 110%.
Okay.
I really miss seeing people. Sitting in that shoebox of a hat is driving me up the wall.
Well, at least you got us in your ear all day.
It's just not the same. I need action. I need to drink a beer with friends every now and again.
You got used to it, I guess.
Even playing board games together would be nice.
Board games. Yes. Hello, collector drinking game, anybody?
Oh, yes. I love that game. I never win, but it's okay.
One day, we'll be out of here, and we'll all have a beer together somewhere. Promise.
Can Weaver leave? Like, he's not actually a shipbreaker. How's he paying off his debt?
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Does like, are we helping Weaver out?
Salvage
Ah,
secured. Account
this
credit
is
applied.
nanocarbon. Can I? Oh, what have I cut? I don't know if I can salvage that nanocarbon. I don't think I can. That's just gonna have to be okay. They're gonna yell at me, but if they think they can do any better, they can come out here and do it themselves.
Valuable component lost. Please be more careful.
Yeah. Valuable component, lost my foot.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
This video is gonna be on the longer side, I can already tell. And I've also run out of things to talk about. Really gotta, like, maybe I should start making like a notepad of just like conversation topics. Just write down things to talk about on my videos. I wonder if that's how people, some of the other YouTubers that I've watched do it. You know, one of my another big inspiration for me, I talked in a video recently about how I always really looked up to Total Biscuit. I watched so many Total Biscuit videos. And how, like, especially his videos, where he would, like, review new games and talk about, you know, he would talk about, like, he would just advocate for better game design in terms of accessibility and stuff. Where's over there? Okay. And how that's just always, that's always stuck with me. So whenever I play a game, I look at the accessibility options. And, you know, I don't have, like, a big voice. I'm not out here.
Salvage registered.
I can't make game designers make more accessible games in the way that, like, Total Biscuit, like, he was such a big voice in the games industry that if he said something,
Salvage secured.
it was pretty likely people would listen. You know, and I can't do that, but I do still, like, when I see a game that doesn't have good accessibility options, I tell my friends, I'm like, you know, this sucks. Like, these options aren't hard to implement. It would have been really cool if they did. And that's another one of the things that always stuck with me about his videos, is he would talk about how simple it would be to enable some of these options, and then game companies just wouldn't.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
And now, I do think that, like, a lot of game companies have made big strides in the right direction. That's not to say that game companies don't. There's so many very good accessibility options in games these days. Makes me really happy to see. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. What I was going to say is another person who's kind of inspired me in making YouTube content is Northern Lion. I watched his videos for, like, quite a long time. I used to fall asleep to a Northern Lion video, you know, like, every day for maybe a year. And the way he can just go on about an anecdote for you know, 40 minutes to an hour, and just never seem to run out of anecdotes. He's always got a story to tell, or a thing that happened to him that was crazy. Or not even crazy, just, like, worth talking about enough to fill the air. And I've never really understood how he does it. You know, here I am trying to record YouTube videos, and I am floundering for any crumb of conversational topic. You know, have I done anything remotely interesting recently that I could mention? And he's been doing this for years, and he hasn't run out of stuff to say. And I just don't know how he does it. Now, I'm sure that, like, I haven't watched a lot of his, you know, earliest videos, but I'm sure he wasn't the conversational expert that he is now. Back then, it's still very impressive. Is this all connected somehow? Huh. Gonna have to do some weird cuts. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, y'all don't want to even hear me talk about anecdotes. If you'd rather I just be a YouTuber that's more focused on the game they're playing. You know, that's kind of important to know. I can be quiet about my real life, but the other thing is I've found that I used to stream a little bit. I used to play Heroes of the Storm at, like, a amateur level. And I was never the greatest at it. I'm not gonna claim mastery, and nowadays I'm very much not anywhere close to an expert at Heroes of the Storm. But I played enough, and I would stream occasionally. I had some friends who would watch, and it made me so much better at just like regular conversation with people. It made me a lot more comfortable that like if I say something, someone's going to listen. It's always been a struggle for me of just like self-confidence when I talk. So I would like, it's really scary to put yourself out there. I've talked about how I'm quite scared when I like hit the record button. You know, I'm just like not confident that people are gonna watch these videos. At least I wasn't. But like, every time I do it, it gets a little easier. And so if you're somebody out there who's like really struggling with self-confidence, if you can't, like just try, you know, recording a YouTube video with running commentary for a while, and it'll suck. I'm not gonna lie. It won't feel easy the first time you do it. But as you do it like more and more, it makes a noticeable improvement. You start like picking up kind of conversational tactics on how to sort of fill the air. Here I am talking about how this makes me a better conversationalist, like minutes after I just said I'm out of things to talk about. But like, even then, you know, I was like, oh no, I'm out of things to talk about, and so I started looking for things I can talk about, you know, related to like my own life. To fill the air. I don't mean it's working. Here I am.
Gunner, shift clock says 5 minutes
saying
left.
more things.
You know what to do. Weaver out.
Now, this ship is... Do we have any... Oh, we've got a lot of systems in here. I'm gonna be honest with you all. I'm not confident that I'm gonna be able to do a very clean job of the rest of the ship. I'm very tempted to hit this 7th salvage goal and then throw it all in the furnace. I'll try and grab a lot of the more valuable green objects. That's all our salvage goals. That's really most of what we need to do. Any given shift. So, I'll send this off to that furnace. And this off to that. We'll try and get these disconnected from each other. Come on. I don't... These things have gotten just so twisted in each other. I'm really not sure how to solve this. We'd have to make some like pretty serious, seriously drastic cuts to get this to fit around the panel, unless we can... Can I send the nanocarbon panel like the other way?
Tether levels are low.
Oh, it's gonna keep beeping at me if I don't go fix it. I'll do that.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
But yeah, the other thing I kind of wanted to say about the whole, like, this has made me a lot better at communicating, is that, like, you know, I'd spent only a couple days since I recorded a YouTube video. But when I hit the start record button for this episode, my brain just, like, stopped. You know, it's kind of like a muscle you have to keep working in, I think.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
And I mean, I guess that's something to be said for like how Northernlion does it, is he's been doing it consistently for years, right? So it's a very strong muscle for him. Probably just comes naturally. Alright. That's this ship done. That's another episode of Hardspace Shipbreaker, and this episode I'm not too confident about. I think I've had a couple kind of stinker episodes recently, just for like my own, the content I want to be putting out in the world, in terms of gameplay quality and conversation quality. But like, that's okay. I'm still going to put this out there, because for me, most of this is an exercise in self-confidence, I'd
You
say.
got 1 minute left. Time to shift your biscuits.
That was one of the biggest reasons I wanted to make YouTube content, was to, you know, work on myself or whatever. We have negative MP? Oh, that was strange. I wonder if dying reduces your MP, it makes it harder to rank up. I didn't actually pay attention when I generated my spare. We've got another call.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have one income.
Hey, are you all around? Seriously, what is with this guy? I honestly can't tell if he's a sociopath or just incompetent.
He's like extremely intimidating.
Should we reach out for some support?
What kind of support you thinking?
Like technical support?
No, Kai, the Union.
I get why you think you want that, kid. But you don't. Trust me.
You're talking about bringing the Union stuff here?
Let me handle it, folks. Please.
Weaver, no disrespect. But this is becoming bigger than just our crew. The Union might help us report this as an official complaint. Maybe mediate a discussion.
Wait. I'm gonna take care of y'all. Same as I always have, okay? Just go on and get them 40 wings, alright? Y'all take care.
Alright, I've been Emerald Jade, this is Hardspace Shipbreaker, and this has been a much longer episode than usual.
Good morning,
Thanks for
Cutter
joining me.
9346-52.